Hey, yo! Welcome back to the Dugout and Beyond. So, in this one, another interesting one, just like the last video we had, but this one is definitely very much off to the side of professional sports here. As, yes, granted, if you get paid for something, usually that means you're a professional at whatever you are getting paid for. And this one, a little bit different here, as we have the, this was created in the 14th century, as we all know, is cornhole. You can play it on a nice summer day in your backyard with your friends, family, having a party, or you can just go to a tailgate for any kind of sporting, sports that you're going to watch, and you're gonna have it playing in the parking lot. Of course, if you definitely with like baseball and football, you go out and you sit out there for a few hours, have a couple drinks, eat food, and you sit there and play cornhole. It's usually played on about a 3-ish foot long wide plank and about 2 feet wide, and usually it has one single hole at the top, and you throw your beanbags in it from about a 15-20 foot distance. And this has kind of been just a fun thing that you can do with your friends, right? That you can just go along and see, maybe you want to do like little trick plays just off the side, whatever. But you, of course, go up to 21, just like most kind of backyard fun sports like that. But we actually was created in 2015 by Stacy Moore, was the American Cornhole League, aka the ACL. And hey, this is in 2024. There's roughly about 200 players, national and worldwide, that played cornhole professionally. Again, they get paid for it, so that means they're basically professional. With that, they got about $7.7 million awarded in money prizes across those players in that year, in last year. And one of them, if you do watch cornhole, I don't watch cornhole religiously like this, so I don't know these players. But we have Jeremiah Ellis, who's actually a delivery package guy who delivers packages for UPS. And he said that on the side, usually the weekends, most likely Sundays, because UPS does not work on Sundays, he said he pulled in around $61,458, which honestly is a very good year for, that's an average year for people, for the most part, on average salary here. He did that on the side across all events last year. And also, if you think about this, a UPS driver nationwide in the US makes about $21 to almost $22 delivering packages, which is apparently about 24% higher than the national average, which I'm not really sure how, if it's the US is the national, but whatever. And also, if you do overtime, that is right after 9.5 hours, then that's paid time and a half. So they make, so they crank up their hours, especially like during the holiday season, from like mid to late November all the way through December until about end of January, kind of starting February, is kind of that entire pay. So they can make a whole lot of money in that time. You're going from about 10 a.m. to sometimes 1 in the morning for delivering packages. It's kind of ridiculous. But hey, you have this happening, and these players are pulling in $61,000, almost about $61,500 a year on the side, which right there, again, is an average salary for a job. But he said that he played in about 300 cornhole league players. It's just brutal. He said it's kind of a work between balance and cornhole, which is kind of not really what you expect. Usually it's between work and family life. And he goes, I feel completely exhausted most times, but the mind is more powerful than the body, which, yes, granted, the mind doesn't exactly, I don't know. People, you can say like you don't sleep, you get tired, whatever. But hey, it's kind of insane. This lady, Stacy Moore, the creator of the league in 2015, said that hopefully in about 3 to 5 years we can have players actually becoming full-time cornhole players and go across the country and do it just like how other professional sports do it and get paid a whole lot of money. Another one, Shanani Budayam. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. Again, I don't watch it like this, but I might actually, if this is really what's happening. And kind of realizing that you can kind of become professional at almost anything. You just put your mind to it. you put it out there in the world, and maybe some way you can make money off of it. You really figure out how to do it. She's one of the top earnings in the female space, and the 5th highest overall last year at $54,650 was earned by her, and is she solely relies on cornhole for her income in the past 3 years. But if you think about this also, yeah, sure, she can make $54,000, and depending on also where she lives, if you live in a city where taxes are crazy, that's really not going to happen. You're coming out with almost less than actually half of what you just earned right there. But thinking about this, then go, how can people make this really their life? And go off of $54,000 and basically live off of it. Again, granted, she could live in a very low tax state, which I'm not really knowing which one that is. Maybe some like in the Midwest there. But you think about, oh yeah, they can have sponsorships and also social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and literally anything you can think of. And YouTube, you can make a YouTube video off of it, just like this, and make money off of it and get sponsorships. So not only are they just actually going off of what they're making from the actual cornhole league, which is looking like a full year's salary for some people, with them just playing on the weekend, and somehow like during the summer one time they're like, oh, I'm pretty good at this, and go off and make a whole lot more money. So these people are making probably close to, you could probably make close to $100,000 with sponsorships, or maybe somewhere close to that in a couple of years, to as she said, 3 to 5 years they could be doing that. But again, it's a professional league that you can, again, they have if there's something not on that weekend, you might see cornhole on actual national TV on ESPN, just going across. But if you have like the ESPN app, and if you have ESPN, you pay for whatever. ESPN is $10, whatever. I actually don't pay for mine, but yeah, they are hoping that in a couple years they will be getting more sponsorships and more national coverage of the sport. Or I don't really know. Yeah, sport. It's kind of weird because you kind of, not much hand-eye coordination. It's more of once you get the feel down of where you have to go and kind of the feel how the board slides. If you have to, whatever, you kind of figure out how to use the board to your advantage and figure that all out. There's not much. There's literally almost zero physicality in it. You're not hitting anyone. Almost every time if you watch, you're watching someone, two people going at it, and most of the time they're wearing headphones. They're not even listening to each other. They're in a room of maybe, I would say 30 max people in a room. There's probably about 2 levels of stands for your family or friends to go hang out with you. I'm sure that they're in kind of a large warehouse maybe kind of situation. That's one thing I'm not really sure about in this situation. But hey, you go and hang out, you're making money on the side, and you're kind of making a side job turning into 2 full-time jobs, and you're just doing one on the side for a couple hours here or there. So congrats to these guys on making it and realizing, hey, let me not only go and get this money in prize money if I win and do well, but also let me monetize myself on other platforms and show the world of what this is. And exactly in this world right now with all the social media we have, not a bad idea. You can do that. And hey, let me go follow my favorite cornhole player and let me go watch it. And that's how we always get these snowballs to grow bigger and bigger throughout it. And of course, gain more momentum in the sport. As we already have seen with some sports in history, you just get momentum and grow the size of how it is. So this is really interesting, and I definitely think I'm always looking like, yeah, they're definitely winning money in the end. But hey, they're winning more money than I thought they would. And seeing how they're doing this. So congrats to all these guys who are doing it, the 200 plus players that are going to, of course, be going across and making the sport possibly a massive thing in years to come. So hey, get out there, play some cornhole, put it on social media, get it big, go play in cornhole leagues, go play professional. I might maybe I might even join. Maybe you might see me on TV doing this and seeing what happens here. So I'll see you on the next one. Peace!